What's up, guys? In this video, I'm giving you 3 keys to mastering core control. This is going to help you with your performance in the bedroom, in athletics, and in all areas of life. And the core is highly misunderstood. A lot of you think that the core is just your six-pack, and the core is actually far more than just your abs. And it's a system, and we're going to unpack what this system is and how to use this system to your maximum advantage. And guys, you may have heard the announcement, very exciting. I'm going to be releasing the Power Pelvis protocol at the start of the new year. This is going to help you to optimize your posture, learn how to breathe deep into your belly, into your balls, how to activate your pelvic floor, and how to use these tools to not only perform better in the bedroom, overcome any erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, but it's going to help you to build a strong foundation that's going to propel you forward in life. So stay tuned for that. I'll be releasing more details on that very soon. Also offering holistic health assessments with a new partnership with Merrick Health, where we're going to be offering blood labs with a highly extensive report along with suggested recommendations. I'm going to take a look at your posture, body mechanics, functional movement patterns, any muscle imbalances, and come up with a plan that's going to help you to kick off 2025 in the highest form. You can get more details on that along with my free testosterone course in the description below. So let's get into the content. I was saying that your core is far more than just your abs. It goes far deeper in that the core is actually a system. This system consists of 3 primary aspects. We have your breathing, your transverse abdominis, and your pelvic floor. It's these 3 key aspects working together that unlocks stability, strength, and performance at the highest level. So let's get into the first one. We talk about breathing, and I talk about breathing into the balls, breathing down deep into the belly, into the balls, into the pelvic floor, and the power of this. Well, this is how this works. You can see, looking at the image on the left, we have first the inhale, and this is when you're breathing in through the nose, down in through the chest, into the belly. And as you follow the arrows here, you're going to see that 1, the transverse abdominis, the belly is going to bulge forward, and 2, the pelvic floor is going to relax, and that's going to bulge downward and out. So when we're breathing in, we're pulling air into the belly, and it's going to bulge out the pelvic floor, and it's going to bulge out the belly. When you exhale the air out, blow the air out, what's happening is the pelvic floor is going to contract, and it's going to raise up. The belly, the transverse abdominis, is going to pull in, and the diaphragm is going to relax back up. So it's this relationship, this cycle of inhale and exhale, where we see how the diaphragm comes down, pushes the belly down into the pelvic floor, out through the belly. And then when you exhale, that pelvic floor comes back up, the belly comes in, and the diaphragm comes up. And it's that back and forth circulation of energy, of breath, of blood flow that helps us to move energy through the body. Not only this, but this is what allows you to stabilize your spine. This is going to help you to stabilize, strengthen your core, and using this very intentionally along with the transverse abdominis, along with the pelvic floor, that's going to be what unlocks this next level of performance. So we go on to key aspect number 2, and that's the transverse abdominis. And the transverse abdominis, just like the name says, transverse, meaning traverse, transverse. It's going horizontally here around the abdomen, the abdominis. This muscle surrounds your core just like a muscle corset. If you consider your core kind of like a soda can, and at the top of the soda can we have the lid, that's your diaphragm. At the bottom of the soda can we have the pelvic floor, that's the bottom, the base. And then surrounding the sides of the soda can, that is what your transverse abdominis is, that cylindrical muscle sheath that surrounds your whole core. And it's those 3 aspects working together that pressurizes and stabilizes this system. There's a lot of different techniques we can use very intentionally to take this to the next level, but today we're just talking about the basics, the foundation of this. And this muscle is a key foundation that not many people know how to activate properly. This is very critical when it comes to lifting, when lifting heavy weights in the gym, bedroom performance, stabilizing your spine. If you have any back issues, pelvic issues, postural issues, back pain, all of these things come down to the transverse abdominis. So if you can learn how to use this muscle properly, this is going to help you to unlock the next level of performance in all these areas. You can combine these aspects together, and this is what takes things to the next level. This is where you can truly tap into full core strength. Now consider this core system, these three things working together. If you have the diaphragm working, you have your transverse abdominis working, but say if your pelvic floor is disengaged, it's shut off, it's weak. What happens when you pressurize up here in this container, but the weakness is at the bottom? You can imagine that there's going to be force pushing down, out, and we may see some issues with the pelvic floor, such as incontinence, whether that's urinary incontinence, whether that's fecal incontinence, people pooping themselves during their workouts. You see women very commonly dribbling during heavy powerlifting. A lot of that is weakness of the pelvic floor where they don't have that pelvic control that we're talking about here. So it's very critical that we work together with these three aspects in synchrony so that we can stabilize the system, we can strengthen the core, and then produce a high level of force, which we can talk about the practical applications for all of this. I talk at length about this in the Power Pelvic protocol, where you can apply these strategies at a higher level. You can find more details on that along with my free testosterone optimization course in the link in the description below. But it's these three aspects working together in this core system that not only stabilizes, strengthens, produces force, but when you look at some of the advanced techniques that I talk about in the Power Pelvis protocol, this is where you can circulate this energy. When we talk about the big draw, that's quite a bit different in what we just talked about today, in that the big draw is engaging the transverse abdominis. It's engaging the pelvic floor. So we're tightening these two things up while inhaling. And that's different than that image that I showed you where the inhale is coming down, the pelvic floor is relaxing, and the belly's coming forward. That's different than when we're talking about the big draw. When we're doing the big draw, when you're doing this technique, it's pulling the belly button in, it's activating the core, the pelvic floor, but it's also inhaling at the same time. When you stack these things, this is where you can use this advanced technique to then circulate sexual energy and to be able to calm yourself and to be able to use breath work to dominate the bedroom. That's a little more than what I expected to share with you today, but I get into more of this in the Power Pelvic protocol. This is where I talk about posture, building core strength, activating your pelvic floor, overcoming any erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, having the ability to have endlessly rock hard erections to go as long as you want in bed. This gives you a lot of the tools that are going to take your bedroom performance, your sexual health, your confidence, all of this to the next level. So guys, stay tuned for that. If you want to get my offers, you can check out the description below, get the free testosterone optimization course, and I'll see you in the next video.